Of course, Pranav ji ko mila main. He is, and not once, I met him so many times. He was actually one of the main people. Because of him, I could transform into Pranav Kumar. I could step into his shoes. And he was very, very sweet because he always told me that Nandish, आपको कभी भी बात करनी होगी, कभी भी मेरे से कुछ पूछना होगा, कभी भी कोई डाउट होगा तो आप मुझे कॉल कर सकते हैं. So that ways Pranav ji was really, really helpful in transforming me into Pranav Kumar. I completely relate to it. The reason being, I'll tell you why. Because doing things correctly and not there are two choices which we can make. One is doing it the easy way, one is doing it the tough way, one is doing it the correct way. And I always feel that we should always take the correct approach. We should always do things which is right, and this is what this character believes in always. Even though he might have to go against his brother, but he would always do the correct thing, and at the same time make sure that he stands with the family also. It doesn't mean that his brother is doing wrong, he will go against him and he will harm his brother or let his brother be harmed. He would always still stand with the family and be protective about the family. So there's a very balanced approach which my character takes in the film, and that's how I like to be in real life as well, balanced. So we have our own opinions, we have our own thoughts, but at the same time, if you do things correctly and still keep the balance so that you don't let your family down, I think that's the right approach to take. Options were working on dialect, working on my violin. I was training to play the violin because Pranav ji used to play the violin. Working on his thought process, how he thinks, his body language, his gestures, कैसे वो use करते हैं, the way he takes pauses between talking. वो वैसे भी थोड़ा कम बात करते हैं, तो जितनी भी बात करते हैं वो किस तरीके से करते हैं, कैसे वो शर्माते हैं, कई बार थोड़ा सा ब्लश करते हैं, कैसे once he decides to do something, how he makes sure that he puts it into action. So a lot of things, and apart from that, clothes and makeup and hair and teeth and all of that was obviously done by the team. But yes, all these things and I used to keep watching him, record him whenever I used to meet him. So take his videos, record him and watch him later. So yes, all this kept going on for weeks and weeks. It was brilliant, out of this world, because he's a great actor, great human being, and I've always looked up to his work, looked up to the kind of cinema that he's done till date, all the different characters that he's portrayed on screen, and I feel that his choice of work has been very, very good, and he's a phenomenal actor. And to be able to learn from a person who's been in films since so long, with such a vast experience behind him, I think it was great. I'm very, very fortunate that I could share screen space with him and learn so much from him just by looking at him perform. Guzarish, Laksh, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, I think these three are on the top of my list. I would want to do every genre. It doesn't matter, the genre doesn't matter. It just has to be something where I can perform and I can do different roles, maybe preferably the ones that I have not done so far, and I can showcase my talent and work with good directors and good makers who can get the best out of me and just let me reach out to the audience with my performances, where they can appreciate it and they can say, okay, this is not Nandish, this is the character, so I would want to play such characters. No, I don't see, it feels good that box office numbers are pouring in, and it's a good thing. It tells you whether the film is a success or not. But For me right now to think about numbers is not the right time. For me, right thing to do right now is just to concentrate on good work, because concentrating on box office numbers and how to get it up and what should we do, I think that's up to the makers. My job ends where I choose a good role and I do justice to that role, and I get appreciated for the kind of work that I've been doing. So I think for me right now the concentration is going to be choosing good work and choosing good roles where I can showcase my talent and I can get appreciated for my work. All I want to say is that thank you so much. You've waited long enough for me to come back on screen, and I'm grateful for all the love over these years that you've given me. You've always stood by me, and you've always motivated me, inspired me, said good things to me about my work, and even now the kind of love that you've shown me. All I would want to say is that I'm really, really grateful, and I will make sure that I don't let you down in any of the work that I do. I would always try and keep you entertained. Hi there, this is Nandish Singh, and you're watching me on peepingmoon.com.